Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today we'll be talking about the Greenidge Generation. Now, these are one of those Bitcoin mining facilities that has been really making headways. And as you can tell, in the past year, we're looking at around 136 profit of a return. So again, now this stock has been up to the amounts of $60. So it may be one of those swing stocks. If you notice, people have not been really talking about Bitcoin lately, but believe me, there's still money to be made. All right. So as I said before, it's been up to about 136% of return. We understand in the pre-market that it's still ticking. And as we're looking here in the past 3 months, it looks as though that it's been down around 33% nonetheless. In the past month, it's been up around 13%. The past week, up 28%. And of course, in the past day, the pre-market looked like it's turning down. But nonetheless, this is still one of those stocks that you can get in very, very early on, that you can possibly make some really good cash. As you can tell here, we see the employees are around 780. So this is not a huge company, but it's not a small company as well. It's kind of one of those companies that are above 500, but close to 500 nonetheless, okay? As we can tell here, it says here that the Greenidge Generation owns and operates a vertical integrated Bitcoin mining and power generation facility. It engages in the mining of Bitcoin and contributing to the security and transactability of the Bitcoin ecosystem while concurrently meeting the power needs of homes and businesses. The company was founded on January 27th of last year and is headquartered in Fairfield, Connecticut. Okay, so the ticker for this is GREE, GREE. Now, this is notable to note. Market capitalization at $468 million. Today's high was at $12.68. But the year high was at $60 per share. And the 52-week low was $7 per share. And currently you can get this stock at around $11 per share. And the movement around a little bit, about 21 million shares, okay? So as you can see that the earnings here, the projection of the earnings in fiscal year 21, Q3, that the stock was up. And now, of course, we're looking at it, the stock is absolutely teetering between profitable and unprofitable. But I promise you, well, I can't really make promises on stocks, can I? But this is one of those stocks that you can get in at a low price point, and as it starts to build momentum, because again, Bitcoin is going to be a big thing again. I'm noticing people are more talking about the Ukraine and Russia conflict. People talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith. But we got to get back on this money, because at the end of the day, when all this drama subsides and all these things have an end and everything has an end, there's money to be made in the market, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's move right along here. We're over to Market Watch. Okay, Market Watch. We're looking at the trajectory and some of the analysis on Market Watch. As you can tell right here, that the EPS, the earning per share, was a great indicator of the stock doing either good or bad. Now, at a negative $1.42, I would like to say that this company is reinvesting a lot of their return, a lot of their profits and revenue back into the company. The dividend was $8.70, but at the current moment, they stopped their dividends. Okay, when their stock was up at $60 per share, they was giving out at $8.70, which is astronomical. I don't know why any company, when your stock is only $60 per share, that you will actually give out $8.70 in dividends. The math doesn't add up. So I have to be cognizant and be aware of that, okay? As we're looking at the 5-day return, we see that at 26%. We see a month at 41.5, but year to date, it looks like it's down at 28. And they're stating here on Market Watch, only 2 analysts are stating that this stock is actually overbought. Okay, we're gonna get some more information here, because again, I believe these are one of these stocks that you can get in and kind of be a short to mid-term and swing trader that you can get in and get out. Okay, but we're going to talk about it here. So you can say here we're at Yahoo Finance, and if you're noticing, Yahoo Finance is stating for the short and mid term, they expect the stock to go up, but on the long term, it's going to subside. It's going to move very laterally. But any stock at $11 that's going Bitcoin mining, you kind of want to watch it to find out, because it has to deal with a lot of outside attributes and what's going on in the cryptocurrency world. Okay. Now, here are some stories on Yahoo Finance that I'm not going to go through, but I think it's important that you guys can do some analysis on the different quarters and the things that this company has innovated in order to make their stock profitable and then unprofitable. Okay. So you see my indicator light right there is green. That means that I believe that it's a good buy. I believe so. Anytime you see that indicator light in the back that's showing green, you'll see green, red, and white. Okay, white, I don't know. I really don't know which way you should go, because I don't know which way I'm gonna go. You see green, I believe that is a good buy. You see red, I believe that is a bad buy. Okay, but take that with a grain of salt. Okay, because anytime someone is giving you analysis, they can't predict the future on stocks. Now we're talking about the forecast according to CNN. Again, the current stock price, let me check, is $11.05 for this particular stock. So just $11.05 of this stock will get you one share. Okay. You might even want to look into options. Okay. There's money to be made on options. I actually made some money off Global Star, which is a geo satellite phone company that was possibly going to do business with Apple. I made some money off them last week. So there's money to be made off of options as well. On the low end, in the next 12 months, we're looking at $10. That means that the stock will be moving down, because the current price of this stock is $11. At a median increase of 137% of this stock going to $27.50. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just put that into perspective. For every $11 that you invest in this stock, because that's what the current share price is at. So 27 minus 11, we're looking at what? 16 bucks. You're going to make $16 investments off your $11. So you're getting almost double the amount of profit of your $1 investment. So for every $1 you invest, you're getting close to $2 on the return. Okay. So anytime you invest $1 and you get $1 return, that's 100%. Anytime you invest $1, you get $2, that's 200%. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I tell you, the money is in the percentages. Okay, I try to break it down very Barney style, so anyone can grasp the concept of investing and make that money. Now, on the high end, Greenidge Generation is looking at a 288.6. Let's just round it up to 300% increase. Looking at the stock at $45 per share in the next month, according to CNN Business. That is very important. Next, let's go over to Zacks. I like Zacks. Zacks is a good indicator sometimes. And Zacks is stating here that they believe that Greenidge Generation is a buy, not a strong buy, but a buy nonetheless. And we're looking at the style scores. We're looking at A for value, A for growth, F for momentum, because it's really not trending as people predicted. So that's why you're seeing that. But an overall VGM score of an A. Now, last time I checked, if you get A's in every category, and then you get an F and you only got 3 grades, that at least comes down to what, a B minus, C plus? I'm just stating, I'm just stating the obvious here. Let's switch gears very quickly, because I want to tell you guys about Tesla. Okay, I want to talk about Tesla. I want to talk about Elon Musk very quickly. It says here that CEO, no, that's not the story. Look at the Tesla. Twitter stock rockets after Elon Musk takes value at more than $3 billion. Let me tell you what's going on. I think Elon Musk is somewhat of a genius, not just from building a very profitable electric vehicle company, the first of its kind, and people are trying to model after Elon Musk. But I'm gonna tell you why I believe Elon Musk is a genius. Because other news came out this weekend about him counseling the Cybertruck. So now he's doing something, because he understands that media, he understands that news controls the minds of the people, right? And to continue to drive profit into Tesla, he is now redirecting the argument to him buying a huge stake in Twitter, right? He uses Twitter, so it's not like he's not investing in anything that he doesn't use, okay? But he's always been, I don't want to say framed, but he's always been accounted to using Twitter to boost some of his stocks. So he's bought $3 billion in stocks, Elon Musk. But let me tell you something. If you're not aware, he has canceled the Tesla Cybertruck. It states here that the CEO, Elon Musk, has confirmed production of the long-awaited Cybertruck and has been canceled. The reason? Ongoing development costs have far exceeded the original budget. That simply means that we can't find any future profitability out of making this truck long term. Okay, the controversial looking EV truck is no longer a viable business case. Very sad to say we made the tough decision to cancel our Cybertruck. Elon Musk wrote, I know there will be plenty of disappointed customers and all pre-order will be promptly refunded. The decision was made in the best interest of Tesla and its future. So basically, you know what that tells me? Yeah, they had a lot of people to order the Cybertruck, but they didn't have enough. That's all that tells me. They had people to order the Cybertruck, but they didn't have enough. They're talking about production issues. No. Money can't buy you love. Money can't save your spirit, but money can solve a lot of problems. Money can make you comfortable. That's why everybody is chasing the dollar, okay? And granted, some people, I don't chase the dollar. I just kind of do what I love and money comes flowing in. No, you're chasing. People always restructure their business to make more money. Even you and your 9 to 5, you're 8 to 4, you're 7 to 3, you're still trying to figure out ways to make money. That's why you invest. That's why you have a 401k. That's why you have an IRA. That's why you're doing the things that you're doing. That's why you have a savings account, because they're trying to make that money, okay? Good morning, Wendell. So when I look at these things, he says here, I know there will be plenty of disappointed customers and all pre-orders will be refunded promptly. The decision was made in the best interest of Tesla and its future. He basically saying here, ladies and gentlemen, I can't find where we're going to make any good money off of this. See, understand millionaires and billionaires and people who have that mindset. We're not going to do anything that is going to bring in, a certain percentage of money. And usually that percentage is around 20% or more. Because there's a lot of things that you have to build the infrastructure around this Cybertruck. Where they're going to get the materials, the wheels, the hubs, the caps, the windshields. Because this thing was supposed to be indestructible, right? So what was the price tag going to be? Who was going to make these parts? Were we going to keep it internal to Tesla? Will we have to build another facility, right? Because a lot of these concept cars, they only build like 1 or 2. If you notice, a lot of these electric car companies only build like 1 or 2 vehicles. See, the gap is production. They can build a concept car, right? They got all the technology. They have the materials to build 1 or 2 cars. So as I'm looking at electric vehicle cars today, I'm looking at Lucid. Lucid is now taking pre-orders for $300. You know why Lucid is taking $300 for pre-orders? Because they need the capital. They need the capital to build that electric vehicle car business off the ground. Because guess what? At one point in time, they had no factory. You had a couple of cars out there to promote and market it. And that's why the Cybertruck is there, because they can't sustain. Now, here's another thing. I know there's a lot of people out there loving Tesla. Oh, I love it's quiet. There's a lot of you who want a Tesla. But ladies and gentlemen, as I told you before, I still have a gas guzzler. I still have a vehicle that takes gas. You know why? Because I keep telling you guys the infrastructure of electric vehicles is not there yet. And the only thing you're thinking about is charging your damn vehicle. Don't forget that these batteries in these cars go bad. You know how, like, here's my mouse, right? I have my mouse right here. I just had to change the battery, and ever since I changed the battery, it's having issues, okay? All these wireless things I have around here, keyboards, all this takes batteries of some sort, okay? It takes power of some source. So the question is, how are you going to power this industry and not have the infrastructure to replace batteries? Let's look at this very quickly. The problems of Tesla. Yep, we're going there. We're going there today. because I like Tesla as a company. I even like the vehicles, but there's some problems with the vehicles that you guys should know before you go spend your hard working money and you want in a vehicle and you wanted one of these high-end, not really luxury compared to Lucid Air electric vehicles. Now, did you know that some people are paying the upwards of $10,000 to have their battery replaced? And that's not even half of the problems of Tesla. That's just one. Let's go through them. It's 25 of them, and we're going to walk through. Poor build quality. They're basically saying that they're making these vehicles so cheap that a small fender bender, look how this is frayed. Not just a dent like your regular fiberglass. It looks like someone took a potato cutter and kind of the shape. Look at that. What does that? Okay, they're basically saying, it says here, let's just read it. If you ever experienced difficulty with the Tesla firsthand, then you probably know better than anyone how pricey repairs can become. That's another thing. Repairs are very pricey. If they're not covered by a warranty or insurance, this explains why insurance premiums are so high for these vehicles. So the vehicle is expensive. The battery is expensive. The insurance is expensive. Expensive. Okay. However, the truth of the matter is that even if you're not paying to replace those parts, they're of much poorer quality than we're all led to believe. I'm going to stop right there because I have a lot more to cover, but that's what they're stating. Model 3 speedometer placement. Not going to go there. That's preference, but it's in a bad area from what you're used to looking at. They got it off to the side. Okay. Now we've been trained to do a certain thing. Expensive maintenance. Yes. This is new high-end technology, autonomous vehicle, electric vehicles. It's going to be very, very expensive. It says part of the appeal of buying something expensive is that the expectation that it will save you money. But Tesla has earned a spot in the Hall of Fame for overpriced vehicles, and it doesn't just apply to the sticker price, but also takes into account all the maintenance costs that plague owners today. Even though Tesla doesn't need oil changes, spark plug replacements, or oil filters, Tesla recommends drivers invest in their maintenance plans that include a thorough inspection of the vehicle every 12,000 miles. The prices vary based on the year and model of the car, as well as which specific plan the driver chooses, but the standalone inspection range anywhere from $475 to $750 per visit, and that's every 12,000 miles. I want you to think about that, family. When you buy a new car, every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, you are changing your oil filter and getting your oil changed, right? You may change your cabin air filter around 10,000 miles, but we're talking about every 12,000 miles, you're forking out around $750. Let's split the hairs in this. Let's just say $575. No, let's say $625. You're going to spend every time, every 12,000 miles. Does that seem expensive? I guarantee over time it does. Again, good morning, Clan Killer 187. Nice to see you, brother. Power steering failure. Picture that this car is 100% an electric vehicle. Everything's electric. So if there's any issues, guess what? They're saying that the power steering has failed. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I like Tesla. I like the company. I like the vehicles. Okay, but when I went to go look at a Tesla, I was just really looking at the vehicle like, what if? What if? And then I can what if in a gas car, but the gas car is the enemy that I know. I don't know electric vehicles experiences driving them, but I do know this, that people who had these electric vehicles, they love them, this, that, and the other, except when they have issues. You know why? Slow turnaround at service centers. Some people are telling me who have these Teslas that they're waiting a month to get their car into the shop. So the question is, are these cars still drivable when you have these particular issues? Guess what type of issues that all of these cars have? Guess what type of issues? Can anyone guess? Electric. They all have electric. They all have electric issues because their whole entire car is electric, ladies and gentlemen. So they have electric vehicle issues. Like, take for in your gas guzzler, you're having problem with your battery. So you get someone to jump you, or you buy one of those things from Auto Advance or Auto Parts or O'Reilly's or something, and you can charge yourself, but you can still drive your vehicle, correct? Guess what? If you're having problem with your Tesla on an electrical level, guess what's in the hub of your tires? Electrical components. You can't probably even get the car into gear, but at least you can change your tire on a gas guzzler. Okay, you can walk down the line of all the things that a gas car that you could either replace or bypass. How many of you have had a car where the check engine light came on, but you can still drive it? That you can still drive it. The electric vehicle car, like something is wrong with the internal components of your kilowatt system. They won't allow you to drive it because it may start a fire or something. And again, I like electric car vehicles. I'm not demonizing Tesla, but I'm trying to tell you the issues behind the industry and that we're not there yet. For me, I don't want to be part of the test phase. It's kind of like the current situation we're in now. We feel like we're being, lab rats, that we're being tested on. That's the way I feel like with electric vehicle car companies. And I'm only using Tesla as an example. The infrastructure is not there yet. There's not many service centers that you can go and the technicians have the training in order to fix Tesla. And that's why Tesla is now coming out to start training everyday mechanics so you can go to your Jiffy Lubes. But guess what? It's still going to be expensive because now these guys got to go back. Most ASC certified mechanics, do you know how much they pay for their certifications? $15,000 for their certifications. And the training lasts up to like a year. And they're still not targeting the electric vehicle car sector. So a lot of them have to go back for like anywhere from 3 to 6 months, pay another $10,000 to $15,000 just to learn about electric vehicles. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Every electric vehicle car company out there has different technology. They have different technology. That's why when you go to these stations to charge your vehicle, you have to find the right adapter if you have a Tesla. Lucis are not on the road. Only R1 Vivid is not really there, but your IBMs, your Audi, all these electric vehicles, even your Hyundai electric vehicles, all these electric vehicle car companies on the road right now, people are trying to find the adapters and charge their vehicles. So the infrastructure is built around Tesla. But yet again, if something happened to your Tesla, look for a slow turnaround. You may be waiting a month or two. And if that's your only vehicle, good luck. Good luck to you. Privacy may be an issue. Yeah, privacy will be an issue because they do over-the-airway updates. And just like any other American, we're not reading the fine print. We're not reading the details. We're not doing none of those things. We're just clicking, yep, I agree, except that's what we're doing, right? Good morning, Jay Darnell, and I see you as well. Tempting emergency release. I'm skipping. Blind spot detection are having issues, okay? Again, ladies and gentlemen, can I beat the drum on this one? If it's an electric car and it's 100%, it's not a hybrid where it's kind of like both, it's a 100% electric vehicle, guess what? If you have an electric issue, then your entire vehicle is a problem, right? You could probably have an issue with your windshield wipers, right? Who knows, because the whole car is connected, you may have issues other places. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure they have relays, redundancies, bypasses, where other things are not being affected by one particular issue. I know that's what they're doing. I just got a great feeling that's, it's not going to affect the whole car. But again, it's all coming from one circuit board. It's kind of like when I built my computer that I'm using, I have a motherboard. And on that motherboard, I have all these different components. I got my GPU, I got my graphics card, I got my memory, I got my RAM, I got all of these hot sinks and this, that, and the other. I got my cooler on it. Everything is on my motherboard. So if something happens to my motherboard, don't you think that would affect the entire computer? I'm just stating the fact. This is common sense for me. Common sense, cosmetic issues, unknown future variables. People are now stating that Teslas look out of date. because they really haven't changed their design. When they came out, they had a really unique, smooth design. I think they are designed very beautifully. They're really nice looking cars, but now they're becoming dated, because once you first have that first design and you either make it bolder or you make it sleeker, what are you going to do from that? Are you going to create more? Are you going to make more designs? Like now, yeah, that's a Tesla, but what are you going to do next? Questionable wheel design. Okay, you guys, this information, if you want to read more, if you thought about looking into a Tesla, go to look up the problems with Tesla at hotcars.com. That is hotcars.com. Replacing old batteries is an issue. Listen to this. I told you 10 grand, right? It says here, for instance, if you had to buy a new battery for a Model 3, the base will cost around $9,000. But here it's $9,500, right? On the low end for a Model 3, not the Model S, not the Roadster, not the SUV, the Model 3, the smallest model of the Tesla, you'll be paying $9,500 to replace the battery. $9,500. $9,500. And it says here, and the extended range battery will come back to close to $16,000. Can you see this? Can you guys see this? $16,000, family. Let me highlight some of these numbers, because I know some of you guys are looking at Teslas. I know you are. The regular battery, $9,500. The extended battery on a Model 3, $16,000 to replace. There's a domino effect with the overpriced repairs, as well as the price to ensure a Tesla tends to be more than average vehicle. The high rate of accidents in Tesla is part to blame, but their expensive repairs are no help. No Tesla dealerships. So you're really not going to find too many Tesla dealerships, right? Of course, there's some in, like, I think there's one in Washington, in Seattle. There's another one probably in Oregon, but there's not really that many. What are they stating here? Combustion engines remain their cheaper option. Yep. Now, if I was a millionaire or a billionaire, I wouldn't even care. If I want an electric vehicle, God damn it, I'm gonna go get me an electric vehicle. I don't care about the problems, because I can pay my way out of anything. Okay. But even rich people are not buying Teslas. They're not. They're not even buying Tesla. It's those people who make anywhere from like 120,000 on up, right? Because driving a Tesla for some people is like drinking champagne, right? Drinking champagne when you really don't want champagne. It's kind of like, you know how as we get more mature, you were drinking Old English, 211s, you know what I'm saying? Coors Light, Miller Light, Bud Light. You were drinking all that. You got a little older, you started drinking some Paul Masson, some Jerk, some Easy Jesus, right? You got a little more mature. You start drinking some whiskey and bourbon. You got a little more mature. You start drinking some scotch. You got a little more mature. You start drinking the high-end Remy Martin, the high-end, Hennessy Privilege. You got a little more mature. You start drinking scotch. Then in certain parties, you know how to code switch and drink some wine. Tesla is the champagne of them all, right? But what happens with champagne? It's bubbly. It gives you the burps every time again. The regular old English, old Coors Light, a whole case of 30 is still cheaper, right? I have a Genesis. I have two vehicles. Both of my vehicles are Genesis, made by Genesis by the way of Hyundai. I love my vehicles, okay? I have extended warranty on my vehicles. I have 10 years, 100,000 mile bumper to bumper. I remember when I first bought the new design of the Genesis back in 2015, when it was still under the Hyundai. Then I have the 2021, which is under the Genesis brand, but they're still the same company essentially. And people like, oh, the only reason why Hyundai has given their vehicles 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty, this is for powertrain, but I extended mine bumper to bumper, is because they have a lot of issues. I'm like, that makes no financial sense. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have to use your financial sense. You have to use your financial intelligence for things to make sense to you. You can't just think, oh, company are forking out money. No, they believe in a product, and that's why I bought them, okay? I don't want to ramble there. Still, no true self-driving, right? They don't have 100% self-autonomous driving. It states here that Tesla's autopilot has been known to get people in trouble, napping, reading, and working on the freeway. The fact is, there's still no legal protection for someone to sit down and be driven away. Though Tesla get close with tools like tow mode, allowing for an empty car to follow another Tesla with some limitations. Legally, you still need to keep your hands on the wheels and be alert despite the statistically safer autopilot driving and advancements in technology, okay? Cold weather hurts the battery. Anytime we have AAA, AA, C batteries, D batteries, anytime they start to get low, what do you used to do? You put them in the freezer, right? Because sometimes the freezer either regenerates or hold the remaining power. But remember, we used to freeze batteries, not these batteries. The cold actually hurts Tesla batteries. We won't get into that. But it says here, let me just read this one sentence. It says, if you haven't tested out one in the cold, don't be alarmed at the slow acceleration. So it accelerates very slowly because of the cold weather in the battery. Is it normal? Yep, it is. If you buy a $35,000 vehicle, you can expect the cold air will affect the battery just like it would any other vehicle, but cold prevents the battery from regenerating as quickly as it typically would, which limits the driver's ability to move faster, okay? These are all the issues with the Tesla, but these are all the issues you're gonna have with every electric vehicle. Dangerous, unfair performance advantage. The rattling would never cease. They still have rattling in Teslas. Tesla solar products are always out of stock. Customer service is stereotypical. Was financially failure even on the table? Body panel gaps. You see the vehicle? Look at the gaps they're pointing at. You see the gaps there? That is ugly. But these are the gaps. But this is what you don't really see. Look at these gaps. Mine don't have these gaps. Like I have on my car, soft closing doors, but you can't even really see the gap, right? I think I'm gonna pop up my car or a model of my car. Crappy door handles, right? Because they got the little sleep loop that comes in and out. Again, the design of these Teslas are great. You can even see the gaps here. The inconvenience of EVs. What else we got here? And generic designs. As I told you guys before, they really haven't changed the designs of Tesla. They really haven't. Let me look at my vehicle very, very quickly. Let me look at my vehicle. What do I have? This is the G80, fully loaded, 2021. Okay, I'm gonna show you these vehicles very quickly. I'm gonna show you these vehicles very, very quickly. My internet is moving like pond water today. This is my vehicle right here. Yep, and it's cheaper than the Tesla. Okay, it is cheaper than the Tesla, and yes, you can find a gas station. Okay, so as you can tell, look at the door, look at the side. I'm trying to get a good side view of the car, but look at the redesign. See these lines here that I'm pointing at. Can you see what I'm looking at, family? Look at this. Very small gaps. That's how I really want you to see this. Okay. I have the white version of the car, right? I have the white version because my other car is black. And of course, this car is more luxurious than a Tesla. See, I don't know if you guys ever look like a Tesla. It's not luxurious, right? So picture all the problems that I just told you about. Picture that. Picture the cost of a replacement battery anywhere from $9,500 to $16,000. Picture the low quality of materials that they're using to make these cars very silent and very light. The rattling, the turnaround time for servicing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I take this to the Genesis dealership, or I can take it anywhere, get an oil change, this, that, and the other. And look at all the amenities. I'm not going to run down and say my car is better than a Tesla. I'm saying it's better for me, right? But when I look at this, I want you to see a couple of things here. You see these buttons right here? That means I can press this button. If somebody's getting in the back seat, the seat will move up and lay down in case I was even being chauffeured in my own car, because this is something that me and my wife thought about. Like, if we're going out night in the town, instead of getting the limousine, we got this nice car. Let's just order a driver to drive us in our own car, right? He can park his car at our house, come get our car. We sit in the back, we chilling, we drinking, We having a great time. He drives back to our house and then he leaves, right? It's just a lot of things. So the front seats have heat and cool seats. The driver's seat is ergonomically shaped and it also gives you a massage. The rear seats are heated. It also has a middle console with a smart, little smart middle, whatever. It also has forms of autonomous driving, meaning that it can steer within its lane, hands off, feet off, adaptive cruise control, heads-up display. I mean, you name it, it has it. I like the vehicle. And again, this is my second Genesis. So when people look at my garage, like, oh man, you got two Genesis. I just can't get over the fact that these vehicles are still $20,000 to $30,000 cheaper comparable to a Mercedes, a BMW, and a Audi. It just, to me, not only do they are in the same class as far as looks, but they're in the same class as far as class, technology, luxury, innovative. I mean, I love the vehicle. So, I mean, I'm biased, of course, okay? But once again, number one in initial quality among upper mid-size premium vehicles. And if you go and look at the G90, which is the bigger version of this car, the G90 2023, yo, kill the nanny. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, I really thought I was going to get me an electric vehicle next time I buy a car. But that G90, listen, you jump inside that G90, you can close the door from a button inside the car. I don't even got to touch the door. On your key fob, you can open up your door by touching on the key fob. The door just opens up. I'm like, yo. Anyway, family, that's just me. I didn't want to stay here this long, but I had a good time with you guys this morning, okay? But again, family, we talked about Greenidge Generations of Bitcoin mining at $11 per share. Currently is at $10.60. As you can tell, that is fluctuating, but nonetheless, there's money to be made in the Greenidge generation for Bitcoin mining. But then again, for you guys who have electric vehicles, that was kind of a little bonus session. I think I'm gonna start doing bonus session right after my stock review. I didn't really want to go over 30 minutes, but I see a lot of people are pouring in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed out, please rewind the video, support the channel. Please share, subscribe on your other social media for people who want to start again to investing in, well, with this video, who wants to know more about Tesla and all the issues, not just Tesla, okay? I know I keep saying that, but it's about electric vehicles as a whole. I keep seeing people who make around $80,000, $90,000 a year. They want an electric vehicle car. I would tell you this, family, if you don't make over $150,000, you should not be looking at electric vehicles. You should not be looking at electric vehicles. Even if the Model 3 is going for $35,000, it's the maintenance, okay? And then if it gets any sorts of issues, do you have another vehicle that you can drive around while your car is waiting? While your car is waiting to get into the shop for about a month before it even gets fixed. So these are some of the things that you look at. Again, Greenidge Generation, Bitcoin mining, stock, $10, $11. It's cheating right now while the market is live. Or you want the information on Tesla, again, support the channel, subscribe, share, and like. I see you guys on the next one. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. Have a great day, guys. I'm out.